Started tracing. What's up, friend? How you doing? What's good, sis? Good to see you. You got that mushroom up there. Okay. Shoot, I might hit a mushroom. What's good with you? How you doing? Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the gift. Doing readings, y'all. Doing readings. I'm also doing yes or no questions. So we set this space, we set the atmosphere. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit guides of love and light. Yes, looking fabulous as ever in your lives when I see you. I'm glad you chilling, sis. What's good? You got a question you want to read in love? Let me know if you want to read it. Thank you, Spirit. How you doing, Blue? What's good, Chloe? Thank y'all for the shares. I appreciate it. Short stack in the house. What's good, y'all? Please like and share this live, y'all. I appreciate it. Once we get to 500 hearts, I will do a collective reading for the collective. If I could get to 500 likes. So tap that screen. Also share this live as well, please. Chloe, is Daryl going to talk to me soon about us moving forward? I am getting a no for that. However, there will be another type of conversation, Chloe. I'm getting, so the conversation that you guys will have, you're going to talk about some serious like traumas and things that happen in a relationship. However, I'm sensing a lot of water energy, but it's like y'all going to talk about it in more of a victorious tone, okay? So that's going to be the conversation that y'all going to have. So, and I think from that, you will be moving forward. You will move forward after that, but the conversation will be about a lot of different triggers and like shit like that, like the bullshit that happened. Okay, but I'm sensing a lot of water energy. Okay, I also hear you have a spirit guide that's trying to come through, Chloe, for you, really, really strongly, and they want to let you know you have to go through a cleansing. Okay, cleansing of your body. Okay, because there's something that they want to cleanse out of you, and so I'm gonna invite you to my meditation circle if you might be into something like that. I do a meditation circle every Sunday at 10 a.m. and we do chakra balancing. But I am sensing, Chloe, your spirit guides want you to really go through a cleansing process. 111 likes on my screen right now. And then at number 3 with 3 people here, I'm getting just like your angel team or your spirit guides are coming through really strong. And even like some people who you're really close with that passed over to the other side really wants you to like cleanse your body at this moment. And like, and I'm not really sure exactly what that is or what that look like. Okay, but I'm sensing like, if I hear a message like that, it means like drink a lot of water and make sure that I'm intaking like vegetables more on my plate than I am of anything else, right? That's just the basics. But I do sense spirit like cleansing your body. like even now, I feel like a cleansing coming over you. And Spirit wants you to be like well and okay. All right. So I just had to get that out real quick. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, guys of love and light. Goddess, I know you had a question. You said, what should I expect from this Mercury retrograde? Girl, don't be bringing up that Mercury retrograde up in here. So let me tell you about that Mercury retrograde. Man, like I am, like I have a Leo moon, so this Mercury in Leo is tearing me up. I'm not gonna lie, like that's the only reason why I'm on this live today, because like today, earlier today, absolutely not. Like there was no doing readings. Like it wasn't even that I felt defeated. My mind was just processing a lot of like stuff in my past. Like my mind just kept going to the past, and I'm just like, okay, Saturn is retrograde. I think Neptune is retrograde. So all the outer planets are retrograde. And then we got this Mercury retrograde. Like, are you kidding me right now? So yeah, I'm going to look into that for you. Haley, I did see your Cash App. I'm going to get your reading as soon as I'm done answering for Tasia, okay? So hang tight, my friend. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate your payment. All right. So this Mercury. First of all, okay. So I already knew like we got Mercury in Leo. We in the sign Leo. I think very soon. And so we're going to be in a Mercury Leo until September. So we're going to be going through some major. So I didn't know the retrograde was coming. So that snuck up on me. But I knew that the Mercury Leo will cause us to transform, right? We're transforming our image, right? We're upgrading it. We're enhancing it to how we want it to be now. So we're spending a lot of time thinking about ourselves and thinking about like our flaws. What are some things that you want to improve on in like every aspect of you, body, soul, and spirit. But I didn't expect this retrograde. So because of this retrograde, we're really like looking at is highlighting our shadow, because Leo is the sun. When it goes retrograde, it operates the opposite of what it intended is, or what it intended energy is. And so it's now showing us like some shadowy things of how we perceive ourselves, so that when we deal with those undercurrents, we'll know how to change what we want to change on the surface, right? Because a lot of it is just connected to just bullshit, bullcrap. For example, microaggressions, or stereotypes that people probably put on you. Spirit is really highlighting our image right now, and how we're going to improve that, because it's going to be nothing but a stage. You're going to deal with great victory. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands for you, Tasia. And this is just like Leo energy, right? And so what I feel for you, friend, is like a major makeover, a change, because Leo, this Mercury Leo is giving us a makeover, a major makeover in 6 aspects of your life, okay? It's what I hear, 6 aspects of your life. So I hear like, write down 6 aspects of your life, right? Your spiritual, whatever your hobbies are beyond just spirituality, and what your fashion type is, right? And get those 6 aspects down. Whew, good God Almighty. And write down a goal for each one. And I hear Spirit say, and put it on your altar and watch it come to pass. Girl, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to do this too. That was powerful. I felt that. I felt that energy come through, Spirit Guides of Tasia, coming through all powerfully. Look, the Judgment card. We are ascending. This is going to bring ascension to you, okay? Major ascension in your world. And also the date, the 20th. That number 20, the 20th, something's going to happen good for you on the 20th, okay? Whew, good God Almighty. Haley, are you still here? Haley, are you still here? Ashe. Yeah, I'm going to do that myself. Haley, are you still here? I'm going to do that myself. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to put it on my altar. Okay, Haley, do you have any question, Haley? Any question? Anything you want to ask right now? Anything you want to ask? But yeah, this Mercury in retrograde ain't no joke. And then Saturn and Aries going retrograde, like I just been thinking a lot about like past conflicts that I had with people, right? And just I don't know why my mind just been on those type of situations, but you know things I could have did differently. But one thing that what helped me process that was saying to myself like, you know, you did the best you could with whatever situation I had to deal with in the past. I'm worried about a court date coming up, if it will get dropped or not. Okay. Um, Here's the thing. Here's what I feel your spirit guides are saying. Um, this is a okay. This is a so we're in Saturn and Aries right now in retrograde, and so a lot of people are talking about karma coming back and fixing things that you know, like how I say like the past and how I just kept reimagining it. Excuse me one second. Excuse me one second. Okay. So just like, you know, karmic lessons, it's like something is coming back through that and is trying to teach you or like show you something. And I feel like the lesson here, I can pull on what the lesson, so what happens, Haley, is, and this is from my perspective, right? And also get other opinions from other readers, but um, you are like evolving, okay? You're going through like an awakening in your life, and so what this court situation, a part of it, is showing you something very, very like distinct and clear about you, and something that you need to learn. Okay, so I hear your spirit guides say, like first of all, I feel like my solar plexus kind of like being activated while I'm talking about this because Spirit wants you to go into it confidently, okay? They already had a conversation with you about being confident in this, right? And the other thing is that it's showing you a grand lesson. So I'm not getting anything about if it will be dropped or not, but I hear walk in confidence, okay? Because this is going to show you something so spectacular about yourself that you did not know was there, or that you knew was there, but it's like it's elevating and it's becoming stronger. Could be a spiritual gift because this is the High Priestess card, right? But when we evolve spiritually, we evolve in so many other aspects of our life. Okay, so this can be anything you fill in the blank. Okay, but I do feel the certainty that there will be growth that happens with this. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not like judgment. Okay, it's definitely not judgment. I'm hoping you're not feeling that. I hope that what you're feeling is confidence, because Spirit is letting you know once you see clearly whatever is happening, because there's still a little bit more for you to see, you will be able to, I hear, get it dropped. Okay, but it is going to require Justice card alignment. Okay, absolutely, absolutely. You once you get in, like, continue to align yourself, and how we align ourselves is like self-care, right? Do that. I hear do that more, and you will turn out pretty well. Okay. Do you have any other question, friend? I hope I helped. Yes, that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to help you right now. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. And this, if you don't mind me also going a little bit deeper, So you ask if you're going in the right direction. I do see the two of cups in reverse, which shows that there may have been a disconnect with someone that you're really close with or someone that you really care about, but it was only because you are supposed to nurture yourself right now. Okay, so hold yourself. Like the with the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding herself, right? Hold yourself right now, because this disconnect was supposed to happen so that you can focus on your energy and replenish. Okay, yes, replenish. I keep hearing spirits say they're going to replenish you. Okay, they're going to bring back a lot of new things. Like we just talked about the Mercury and Leo, how we are all going through a makeover in so many areas of our life, right? And you know, you are too. I sense Leo energy over you. You know, you can have it somewhere influential in your chart. I can also do your birth chart if you're interested. Let me know if you're interested. But yeah, a lot of Leo energy all over you. I just see like breath of fresh air. It's like a bubble of fresh air around you, and nothing can get in and like mess it up. Okay. How does what work? Oh, the birth chart. Um, it will take a little bit of time because I don't have my other devices on me. So I will probably tell you like go on to Cafe Astrology. I didn't even bring my other device. I'm so sorry. CafeAstrology.com, and then you type in like your birth time and your birth city and state, and then it'll pull up your birth chart, and then I can interpret it for you. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like it's important for you to get that done. Okay. So yeah, inbox me, or if you want to do it now, go ahead and pull up your chart and then let me know what you got, and I can tell you my interpretation. But in the meanwhile, we got to 500 likes. So please, y'all, like and share this live. I will greatly appreciate it. And so when I said we would get to 500, I would do a collective read with the Page of Wands for the collective. You're coming into your brighter self, I hear. Coming into a newer you, a newer version, newer self is what I hear. So it's funny because me and my therapist been talking about internal family systems. And we talk about how we are different parts, made up of different parts, personality parts and stuff like that, to create a whole of who we are. And those each part has a different experience of life. And so we're dealing with all those. That's where the conundrums and the struggle of life come from. But we talk about the self being an observer of these things, right? I never really heard this before, but I felt like Spirit is saying for the collective that our self is evolving. And the self is very connected to the higher self. And so it's that part of you that's observing, that's aware, and that knows. And coming into knowing, okay? So we're all evolving, we're becoming stronger. We have no choice but to become stronger because we deal with things that cause us to struggle. Struggle creates muscles, strength, right? And so everybody on this earth, if you living, you got strength. And your strength is getting stronger because we here to struggle and we doing it and we doing the damn thing. So yeah, collective, we got this and we are in alignment. Everybody that's on here now, I hear Spirit say you are in alignment. Okay, you are in alignment. And do not doubt that. You can feel it inside your solar plexus and your gut. That's how you know you're in alignment. The fire is burning. I hear Spirit say, the collective, you tricked the trickster. You tricked the trickster. You tricked the person who kept playing in your face, and now they not playing in your face no more because you turned their world upside down, baby, and you poured out every cup they tried to give to you. Nope, I don't want it. I don't want that cup. That shit, I already know what's in there. That shit bitter. Yeah. And so Spirit is now giving you your King of Cups, whatever that can be for you, right? Is that a new person, or or is this just your higher self, right? I feel like the higher self is the King of Cups because it's your spiritual self, spiritual higher self. Thank you, Haley. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you, Natasia. I appreciate the feedback. Uh, thank you for contributing to this energy. I hear it's almost like the story with Prince Arthur, where everybody was trying to pull the sword out of the rock, but they couldn't do it. But you managed to do the hard thing. Like they underestimated you. Yeah, haters. Spirit said you are pulling the sword out of the stone. The first to ever do it. Because you wrap your hand around it. You put your hand on the plow. You decided to put in work. Okay? So yeah, collective. There's the collective read, y'all. Thank y'all for sharing this live. Thank y'all for liking the live. Once we get to 2.5K likes, I will continue this collective reading. So if we keep on liking and sharing, y'all give me the 2.5K likes, I will continue this collective read. Tap, 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 tap. So let's go back to astrology, y'all. So Mercury and Leo, this joint is serious. So Leo energy is fire energy, it's royal energy. Like Cancer is like motherly nurturing love. Leo is fatherly nurturing love. So a lot of people are also dealing with like their daddy issues and or just masculinity in their life and observing like how that look, right? Their experiences with it. It's like it's creating another whole Father's Day type of energy for these next couple months, because Spirit is trying to heal the masculine in us. It hasn't really been too masculinity hasn't really been showing the world the right way to do things, and so Spirit is now like, and this is the thing I love about Spirit is that the things that we fight and contend with, Spirit steps in, okay, and say, okay, the battle is over. And the battle becomes over, right? And so I don't care who you are, if you live on this earth, your spirit guides, your angels intercepted things, and it's called deliverance. Like, and I really feel a spirit of deliverance in here, in this space. And also after this Mercury and Leo happen, in September, you will experience greater levels of healing and restoration. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we at 2.4. We at 2.4. Let me pull the cards for the collective reading. The collective reading 2.4. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, Haley. Okay, we are being cleansed. That is cleansing. Whew. Your solar plexus is also being restored, Haley. Your solar plexus is the there was this Transformers. There was this movie Transformers that came out. One version of it came out was about like the primordial times of Transformers before we had like the modern day Transformers. It was their history, their Adam and Eve story, right? Or their ancient time. And in that civilization, they took out the batteries of each robot when they were created so that they only operated in very limited performance. But once they found these batteries or these life forces and they put it back inside them, they grew weapons and resources and tools and so many things on their body, and they became their very unique self. So your solar plexus is being restored back to you. Good God Almighty. So that means you're about to start growing gifts and understanding. You're going to get revelations. If you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear Spirit say meditate, okay? What I listen to is like meditation music or frequency music. And you only got to do it for like 5 minutes, okay? Yes, it's the power. Yes, you're getting your power back. Absolutely. Okay. So, all right. So we got 2.5. So let's go ahead and do this reading. We were talking about this love. Oh, yeah. So, whoever this other person is that you had to let go, their world is upside down without you. But listen, you're not playing because you said, I am deaf. And I'm going to show you what death feels like. And listen, trigger warning, and let's be clear, we know what we're talking about. We're talking about I will bring ending to this relationship real quick if you stop playing with me. Right? We talk about the ending of relationships, right? Um, but you're showing this person I am Scorpio energy, and I'm going to show you I'm Scorpio energy, and that I can embody it, which is endings, which is like coldness. This is like coldness. This is like, I don't care if you was the Pope. I don't care who you are. I reign, and I'm going to, stop this like bullshit. This connection is what I hear, because you want to come more into your star power. Okay, we have the star card. You're coming more into your star power. You feel it. You feel the ascension. So because you feel that ascension, you're just like, I'm not going to sit here and be sad next to you, baby. You want to be sad. You want to mope. You want to cry. Not me. I want to be the star while you sit there and you be darkness. I want light. Right? And so the darkness taught us through the relationship or the situation, taught us that we had to actually make a change. Right? It's not even about a new beginning. It's just about a change that had to occur. Okay? And a lot of people are dealing with excommunication from community, but Spirit is restoring that. Because justice is coming for what they did to you with the Queen of Swords. Spirit is renewing that, and you're being delivered. But continue to still do the inner work, because you're about to experience abundance. Leo energy is abundance, okay? Leo energy is abundance. All right, y'all, we at 3.K. Can we get to 5K? If y'all can get me to 5K, we will continue this love reading. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the astrology, right? So we at 3.9. Y'all, we about to get to 5 real quick. The healing process never ends. It's everlasting. Absolutely. Absolutely. What?
How many pork chops?
4.
How many did you eat?
I didn't, a piece of one.
Oh, I think I ate that piece.
Okay. All right.
So I want some more pork chops.
They're in here. 2 and 2. Oh, Jesus. All right. So, all right. Back to astrology. So we're going to talk about this Saturn and Aries, okay? If you have Aries energy in your chart, just expect for you to feel tension there in whatever aspect that it's in. Saturn and Aries, once Saturn shifted into Aries, that's when we started dealing with the war over there in Middle East. That's when America got involved, rather, and escalated it. And so with this Saturn and Aries energy, once they started calling it off and saying it ended, 12-day war stuff, I wasn't really interested in that, because Saturn is going to be in Aries until 2026. So we are expecting to see global conflict. Not World War III, I'm not saying that. But these things that was happening under the surface will now come to the surface, and the world will have to deal with these conflicts, okay? And that's going to also be in our life as well. It's also going to be in our personal life, okay? Spirit is allowing certain conflicts to come back. We almost at 5.K for the love reading. Spirit is allowing some lessons to come back so that we can learn how to deal with conflict in a different way. Okay? Whenever Saturn shifts, we feel it. Oh, baby, we feel it. Once Saturn shifted into retrograde, like before Saturn shifted into retrograde, I was chilling. Yo, I was chilling. I was on cloud nine, I was floating. But once that energy shifted, I shifted. And I did not like it, because it's like, dang, it's like, it was this show I used to watch when I was a kid, and it don't come on no more. And a lot of people don't remember it, but it was just like they was living inside of a computer. These characters, cartoon characters, cartoon / like animation type, and they was living inside a computer. They didn't know who the owner was and who operated the computer, but there would always come like this block, big big block from the sky, a rectangle block, and it would come down, and whatever's caught in that block would have to go through a game. And in order to go through to win, you had to win the match of the game. And if you lost, it was destruction. But if you win, then you save civilization again. And so the main characters were like the ones who always won the matches. But that's how I feel astrology be sometimes. Like, like it's just like, all right, game starts. Like what? Like why we got to go through this? But hey, it's teaching us, it's molding us, and it's making us into a better person. And one thing I always think about when we have to deal with tough transits is that once it's over, we look more beautiful than ever before. So I look forward to the transformations through the transits. Spiritual warfare has leaked into our 3D world. That's crazy, friend. That's crazy you say that, because Neptune is in Aries too, I think. Neptune's in Aries and it's retrograde as well. And it does feel like spiritual warfare. And Spirit was preparing me for it by telling me just stay positive. Before this came, Spirit kept giving me messages because a dream kept coming into my mind. There was a dream that I had years ago, and it was like a bell-shaped building. It was a building shaped like a bell, and it had like stripes, and inside the stripes had Hebrew writing. And when I went inside the building, there was no stairs. But in order to go to the next level, you had to look up, and there was holes in the ceiling and manholes. And if you thought positive, you'll float up. And you think positive again, you'll float up again. And you think, but when you look on the floor, the hole says sadness or grief or loss. And when it focused on those things, I went down the floor. Or I kept going down the floor. And Spirit kept bringing me that to my mind. I'm like, okay, boom, I'm about to deal with some heavy stuff. Because Spirit was just letting me know, like, stay positive. This is warfare. You got to keep your mind up so that you can keep floating up. The website is called Cafe Astrology. CafeAstrology.com. Okay? Darkness always trying to bring me down. And that's crazy because Spirit was also showing me chakras really early before I knew what they were, because each floor represented a chakra, I think. Yes. It was crazy, but it was a beautiful temple. It was brown, made of stone. I actually had ChatGPT make a picture of it, so I'll send it to you. It blew my mind that ChatGPT was able to make that structure like that, and it looked just like it did in my dream. Yeah. But yeah, so Saturn and Aries brings spiritual warfare, and I'm feeling it, baby. I'm feeling it. But that's why I'm on here, because when I do this, it fills me up. It gives me life. And this is the warfare back against what darkness is trying to bring our way. What's up? Find my name and go. Embody your magic. What's good? How you doing? Okay, so once you go in there, you should find a link that says free birth charts. I'm doing good. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Yep. So, Kaylee, you should see where it say like free birth charts or whatever. Click on those links, and it should take you to a page where you have to put in your birth time, your birth city, and your name. What information? Oh, so you did pull up the chart? Let me know if you pulled it up, and I'll tell you what to look for. I'll tell you what to look for. But yeah, y'all, let's go back to that love reading. We have 4.9K. And I said once we get to 5, we'll start the love reading again. So let's go ahead and do collective love while we're waiting for Haley to pull up her chart. Okay. Oof. Spirit wants to talk about this 3 of Cups energy. The thing is, Spirit, why would you do that? That's crazy. When we break up with people, we break up with many people because we break up with the people that they still was involved with. And that's why you feel lighter and freer, because you also let them go. Alright, I'm gonna leave that right there because I'm not. Yo, a friend, Natasia, why Spirit make me say something like that? That's crazy. Amen to that, okay? Alright, tell me what your sun sign is, Haley. Tell me what your sun sign is. That's why you feel free, because you let go of many bodies when you let go of that body. Trying to recharge, I hear that. I have a meditation circle every Sunday, so I am inviting you guys. Okay, Sagittarius, we got a Sagittarius in the house, fire sign. What's your moon sign? Your moon sign should be right under that. Okay? Nasty energy. Playing. Assholes. And what's your rising sign? You got a lot of fire. A lot of fire. I'm going to come back to this later. So I'm going to put this card over here. And when Spirit is ready for me to come back to this, Spirit's going to put my attention back on it. So I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to forget about that. Because that was, once we get to 7,000K, I'm going to go back into that. Because that was, that was crazy. All right. So you got Sagittarius. Sun, you are a soul seeker. You seek out the ancient things. You like to get to the bottom of things. You're very intelligent. You are the cool nerd. Sagittariuses are fiery. They are very passionate and they love knowledge. You can't tell them. Listen, Taurus love food. Sagittarius love knowledge. Aries like to fight. Sagittarius love knowledge. Everything is all about knowledge when it comes to Sagittarius, and they tell you the truth. Sometimes that truth is hard to take. Y'all be chopping people up with the truth, but baby, sometimes people need to hear that, no matter how painful it is. Okay, so keep being you. You guys are really good with reading, writing, and with your words. All right. Aries moon people are people who don't mind conflict. If you want someone to deal with a conflict for you, hit up an Aries moon person. They'll follow it up to the end. They are the warriors of this world. Warriors in soul and spirit. And during this time, we need people like you guys because we're going through spiritual warfare globally. And you guys are like the people who's supposed to kind of just fight in the spirit. Just like people fight in the physical right now, like armies. You guys are a part of, like, especially Sagittarius. If you was a warrior as a Sagittarius sun and an Aries like moon, you'll be badass. Like, especially in the ancient times, you would be a badass warrior. And very, very logical, like a logical general type of situation. Because Aries is the god of war. Thank you for that. Aries is the god of war. And so that's why. So you embody that energy. And Sagittarius is a centaur. A centaur is a half horse and a half man, because they're animalistic in a way, because they're very connected to pleasure and desire, kind of like Taurus and Scorpios are, and they love knowledge. That's why they're the cool nerd. Like, they know how to be sexy, but at the same time, they know how to read their books. Really good energy and balance there with Sagittarius. Oh, and your rising is Cancer. So your Cancer kind of slows down that fire a little bit with just Sagittarius and Aries, because that's a lot of fire. But with that Cancer sign, that water, that sweet water, it kind of lowers down that fire, or tempers it when it needs to be tempered. So Spirit gave you a lot of fire, and then gave you a little bit of something to kind of like give it pizzazz, you know, or be able to contain it in a way. And you can also be very motherly and very nurturing, okay, with that Cancer rising. And so with that Capricorn, so if you have Cancer rising, You have Capricorn. Forgot. I think it's called default or something like that. It's the opposite of your rising. So that means people probably tried to bully you, and a lot, or try to boss up against you, or structures and systems you probably never really vibe with those because of that Capricorn energy. All right, tell me what your Mercury and your Venus is. And I'm gonna go back to this love situation real quick while you telling me what your Mercury and your Venus is. So when you break up with the person, you break up with all the hoes. That's what I heard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the situation. This person is mad. They so conflicted in the inside. Like they don't know what to do because you are that bread and butter is what I hear, and also that Cancer energy. The zodiac sign Cancer is like that nurturing, loving energy, and you nurtured this person, you loved them unconditionally, but they fucked up. They were a little bit too fast, right? Why are you so fast? You too old to be fast like that. Slow your ass down. Build a legacy. Plant yourself so that you can grow. If you don't want to be my King of Pentacles, I won't be your Queen of Pentacles. You ain't gonna eat from my fruit. Make your own, baby. Listen. So you had to disconnect with the Chariot card in reverse. Listen, I see you next lifetime. We'll be butterflies. Because they played. Ooh, and what is this about the Eight of Swords in reverse? Ooh, there's some clothes you need to let go of. You holding on to some stuff. So I'm gonna put this card over here. We're gonna get back to Haley. And when I look at this card, Spirit's gonna remind me to talk to you about some stuff you need to let go that you still got of this person. Mercury and Sagittarius. Ooh, girl, you do not play. You as a fighter, though. They gonna throw them hands, throw them hands. You know how to throw them hands real easy. And you're very calculated too. Venus and Scorpio, and you're not afraid to throw them hands either. And they better hope you have a good day while you're doing it. Because that Venus and Scorpio makes you very passionate. And Venus is dark energy, not evil energy. Evil and darkness is two different things. Dark energy is just a different avenue of healing, okay? And it's very powerful and potent way of healing. So you carry that potency of bringing transformation in the lives of people you love, and especially the people you are in connection with intimately. You are a power transformer. You transform them up, and then baby, they go doing stupid stuff or ghosters. But listen, Spirit is saying that's okay. You have the wits, you have the knowledge, and you have the wisdom with that Mercury and Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius stellium. If you tell me what's underneath your Venus, let me know what's in your Jupiter and your Saturn. I'm probably thinking you're probably a Sagittarius stellium, which means you carry a lot of Sagittarius energy, which could be connected to like some karma. I have a lot of Taurus, so I deal with karma of like stability. Me not being stable or being in control of my stability, it knocks me off balance, and I have to go through lessons and regain it, right? Yours could be in regards to like just fiery situations over and over again, right? And just having to deal with conflict after conflict after conflict after conflict. But we can look more into that. We all got our stone, we gotta roll up the hill. Jupiter and Aries, they better stop playing with you. Them hands is crazy. You got hands and you the god of war. So Saturn and Taurus, you gotta know your worth. Know your worth. Know how valuable you are. Know how valuable your body is. Okay. Saturn and Taurus is where we get our ass kicked. Okay. Saturn is where we get our ass kicked in life until we hit the age 28, and then we learn lessons. We go through our Saturn return. By the time we hit 35, we're more comfortable in our skin, and we learned the lesson, and then we kind of grow and we become better. Your lesson is learning your worth. Okay. Your physical worth. Jupiter and Aries, yes. Just watch that temper a little bit. This is a lot of fire, friend. This is me talking to you as a friend. You are in a company of loving people, Tasia and myself. Watch that fire, okay? Because that can transmute as anger if you're not careful and not maintaining your inner self, okay? But if you do maintain your inner self, you can transmute it to something positive and creative. Yeah. You just got a lot of fire. You got a lot. You going to tell it how it is with that Sagittarius, and then you going to fight if you got something to say about it. Like that's just that's who you are. But the positive, I'm not going to say every zodiac sign has a shadow and a light, right? And we got to embody both of them in order to be mature in it. And so Sagittarius are people who give knowledge. They're teachers and they're the sages. If you take the first three letters of Sagittarius, I usually wordplay is the word sage, because you guys are people could come to for information and knowledge and resources. But the other side of that can be like know-it-all, or like just fiery responses and stuff like that. So just be careful. We got our stuff. Like me as a Taurus, I can be lazy as fuck sometimes, right? Or stubborn as a motherfucker. I don't care if I'm wrong, but I have to learn how to kind of yield and not be so stubborn. We all got our lessons, right? We all got our lessons, and yeah. And that Aries is teaching you you are a leader. You are a leader, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, but just be careful of, not everybody want to be led, right? And that's okay. No, you just a Sagittarius and you got all that Aries. You just aggressive. You just aggressive. That's a lot of masculine energy. So you are a woman, if I'm using your pronouns correctly, who embody masculine energy, right? So I'm a man, I carry a lot of feminine energy, not having to do with like feminine ways and stuff. That's a whole different thing. Femininity being energy, creative energy. I carry a lot of feminine energy. That's why I do what I do. I'm more spiritual. That's like feminine type of stuff. You carry a lot of masculine energy as a woman. You could be very straightforward, the leader and the initiative maker. Yeah, because you masculine, and that's not a bad thing. That means that you are someone who gets the job done. You're gifted in getting things done. Yes, that's masculine energy. And how that works, like say for instance, if me and you were co-workers, and you was my supervisor, hey, I'll let you lead because I carry a lot of feminine energy. And so what I would do is I would say, what do you want done? You would tell me and I would create something amazing out of it because I carry a lot of feminine energy. So that's how those two dynamics work together. Yeah, you cool. You just you. You just you, but we always got to grow. We always got to grow in something. But one thing I'm going to tell you, if I want to learn something new, I ask a Sagittarius. A stranger, I don't care who it is, a random person. You a Sag? Hey, I've been pondering this question. Boom, boom, boom. I got the answer. Sagittarius always have the answers. I don't know how y'all find the time to look so good and be so smart, but baby, y'all do it. Y'all do it. All right, let's get back to what y'all need to let go of this person. So what we do is, when we want to invite energy into our home, we'll buy an artifact or a painting, right? And then it carries the essence or energy of what that is. When you have someone else's belongings, and in the aspect, you're carrying their energy. All right? And if you're carrying their energy, whatever energy they're in at that time may also replicate in your environment. Okay, so let it go. I ain't saying burn it. I ain't saying do no way into a hell type stuff. And no Angela Bass, none of that. Okay, we ain't lighting cars on fire. None of that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna release it. And even if and so I'm not this super religious person. Okay, so even if you can't get rid of the books and the other stuff they got there, release the energy of it. And you do that by smudging, right? Or just simply thinking of the energy of their item and picturing it leaving your place, right? That's what I love about spirituality, because it makes things so simple when we just don't have the words for it or the know how to do physically. Just think it in your imagination and it will come to pass. That's why the enemy attacks our faith so much, because if we believe it, we can have it. I accomplished everything I got in life because I believed it. And what I didn't believe in hasn't happened yet. We are beings of believing, of suffering and believing. Those are two things we are the beings we are. Right? Our shadow side is we're suffering, but our light, powerful, gifted, because every hero got the dark side. Our gifted part is belief. That is our power as human beings. I believe there are millions type of other beings in the existence of existence. Right? I don't believe that God started with and ended with us. But we are beings of belief, and we get things done in that way. And this realm requires it. So that's why we must go through the things we go through. That's why we gotta deal with letting go of people's energies. But there is somebody coming in. Somebody who is going to show you love. Someone who's going to... I hear what I hear. So I'm gonna say someone who's gonna positively dominate. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The like, I'm trying to somebody that's gonna perform something that's going to get all that negative energy out of you the right way. Okay, let's put it that way, because I'm not really sure what we can say on TikTok, and because friend, last time they kicked me off. When we started talking, look, I got these cards right next to me, friend. The cards we was looking at. But yeah, because if y'all want to have like a sex reading, we can go jump over to Instagram and I can pull out my erotic tarot cards. Tasia know what I'm talking about. Because then we can really talk about who this person is. Okay? We can really talk about who this person is over on Instagram. For real. But no. This person's gonna bring in that energy you need. King of Wands energy. They got that energy, baby. Everybody know who the King of Wands is. Stop playing. Stop playing. Everybody know who that King of Wands is. It's like, yup, you about to get that working, because this person's energy needs to be the Knight of Wands. That person's energy needs to be like pushed out of you. I'm trying to find a way to say it, but I appreciate the roses, Haley. Yup. Let's see. Tap more into this. Let's talk about this person. Let's talk about. You said, yeah, it makes sense. Yep. The Hermit card. Ooh, they going. Ooh. The Hermit card in sex is someone who knows your inner, deeper parts. This is Scorpio energy. Like, they're going to explore you. They're going to watch you intensively to make sure that you are getting every area pleased in a way you want it to be pleased. Like, this is like, they're really going to pay attention to you, and it's just going to be you, and it's going to be you and that person in that room and nobody else. Scorpio energy is going to be crazy. It's going to be freaky, like, for real, with that Scorpio energy. And then the Empress card, it's going to bring you back into your feminine energy. It's going to bring you back into feeling good about yourself. So whoever this Emperor is, get ready for the Emperor. And this person will also carry King of Cups energy. They will also be romantic, okay, and caring. Well, the King of Cups is water sign, so it could be a Cancer. Very caring, very nurturing, very supportive. Not saying this person is perfect, okay? Because they ain't perfect, right? And they probably should have been took you off the block. But at the end of the day, the Page of Wands energy, yeah, they want to bring excitement and joy into your life and some fun. They want to bring some fun. They've been kind of watching and seeing what's been going on, right? And they don't like it. They didn't like it. They know your worth, and they also know that you struggle with that, so they know how to tend to that for you, and they do care about you. They do love you, right? But situations are situations, and shit happens. All right, Tasia, love you, sis. Thank you for coming on, my friend. He said it's been a couple years. Yep. So, yeah, don't worry about it. And it ain't gonna happen in the house. It's gonna be somewhere you least expect it. They're gonna make sure they wine and dine. They're gonna take you to the perfect place, right? The place that you would like. Okay, I'll make sure I go on tomorrow too. Thank you. Always love you. Always love your support, friend. And they're not going to argue with you, and they're not going to conflict with your energy. They're actually going to align with your energy. Okay? I hear Spirit saying this person is going to align with you. Yep. The Ace of Swords, they're going to put it down. Yo, so you can also see tarot cards if you're in the energy of giving readings erotically or whatever. You can see it erotically. And so if you see what I see, yeah, it's gonna go down. Since TikTok won't let me use my erotic cards, these cards is giving it plain and simple. Yeah. And they will also keep friendliness between y'all, and it will be light and it will be easy. I'm also sensing Gemini energy, so they can be very just friendly people. Someone you can hold a conversation with. I know as Sagittarius is Haley, you need somebody that can intellectually stimulate you, and I feel like this person can intellectually stimulate you. Okay, who can actually pour into your cup, who can give you something that a lot of people aren't able to really give you. Okay, and again, the Lovers card came out again. This person loves you. Okay, and in their way, they love you. Right. I appreciate you, Haley. Thank you so much for being here. I may jump off soon. I really don't be on here long. But do you have any other question before I go? Dang, that's crazy. 9 years. And I do private readings, so if you're interested in private reading, they're $2 a minute. And I got you. Just hit me up in my inbox. But let me know if you got any other question before we go. It could be your twin flame. Could be your twin flame. Is this her twin flame? Yes, this is your twin flame. Twin flames come and go. Yeah, with the Star card and the Page of Wands. Definitely your twin flame. Y'all are soulmates in a way. You guys know each other from past lives. And y'all are healing the connection in this life. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so glad you came on here, Haley. Got what you needed. Your spirit guides really wanted to talk to you, friend. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I mean, the roses. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, friend. You are too. That's why you here. That's why we connected. And, you know, like, people don't understand. I don't really be on here much. And I just don't be really feeling like it. And so tonight, Spirit told me to get on. Like, here's some energy that go. And I took advantage of that strength and I did it. And I feel like I came on here for you tonight. And I'm glad you got what you needed, for real. I mean, you're a Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy is communication. Sagittarius is talk a lot. And So I wouldn't be surprised if your spirit guides are talkative, because this actually was a very long reading and I wasn't drained from it and nothing. Like people, I can do readings for people and then I reach a max. And I'm just like, okay, but no, that was very Sagittarius like yeah, very Sagittarius like. Yes, I'm all about community. Like it's a key for me. Yep, you're a great communicator and knowledge. Have you considered, or have you been to college? How old are you, if your mommy asking? And have you been to college or anything? And the reason why I asked it, I do feel like your spirit guides want you to kind of cash in on that knowledge. Also, I hear them say cash in on those resources. Like you are very resourceful. You know a lot of things because you've been through it. Okay, and I hear that can help you because you have the experience. You also get the book knowledge of it. Yeah, yeah, and you're made for school as a Sagittarius. You know, rather if you get associates or bachelors, whatever you get, right? Bank on it. And I hear Spirit say it's going to open up so many doors of financial abundance and wealth for you. Like, because I have my degrees, I can't make less than a certain amount of money, right? And Spirit wants to put you in that same type of situation. Okay, I know that's right, friend. And people don't understand, like, you know, I kind of came out of, literally just came out of like a homeless situation where damn near almost homeless, right? But I was unstably housed, per se, because I work with the homeless population, so I know the jargon and all that. And people don't understand when you're going through that, it's a shock to your existence, to not have that security. And so you go through a lot of things and you say a lot of things and you do a lot of things, but people need to have grace for you. And then, you know, after coming out of that, you know, I feel my body's more relaxed, my soul, my mind is more relaxed, right? Security is everything, right? And that's why I worked in homelessness probably for 16 years, and I didn't want to go back to doing that type of work, but having this conversation, I think I might. I think I might go back because now I can go back with, you know, I got the book knowledge. I have the experience of helping people like that. But now I experience it myself, and allow myself to experience it, because usually I just run into, you know, run back home to my home city and shit like that. But this time I didn't. I just fought through it and I made it through. So maybe I can probably go back and give. Mm, I hear you. No, I hear you, friend. And so this was very helping for me because I had a friend. Hold on. Okay. I had a friend who's a Sagittarius, and you know, she kind of told me facts, and I didn't really want to hear the facts. But you know, talking to you kind of remind me of her. You know, I didn't want to accept it, but you know, now I think about it, it was facts. And now that you're saying, me and her never had a chance to talk because you know I felt like, well, why are you on my business, right? But Sagittarius is tell you the facts because they care, in a way. And when you just said this, now I understand. It's like she said that to me. You just try to give people advice. You don't want to control them, but you want to help. And that's how I felt. You know, yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, some advice I can give you is, you know, still give the facts, right? But one way I learned in school on how to do is just like say, you're really good at doing this, and I want to say, this is what you might be having trouble with. but then end it with a compliment. But you're really doing well with this. It's called the sandwich. That's how you give criticism. You're really doing good in this, then you state what the problem is, but you're also really doing good in this, like just to keep that compliment. You gotta sandwich stuff in sometimes for people, especially people like me. You can be a little sensitive. It's hard to deal with Sagittarius when you're sensitive. No, I don't even have a lot of Sagittarius friends because growing up, I always loved Sagittarius. It always was close to my heart. But I just couldn't really take the facts. Like, psh, I couldn't do that. Because I carry a lot of Pisces and water energy, so I'll be in my head. Like, if in my imagination, just like the Cancer guy you probably were just talking about. He's probably very in his head, right? Energy. In his imagination. Don't really see the facts. But, yeah. Yes, sensitive. They are sensitive. Me too. I got a lot of Pisces energy in my chart. Even though I'm a Taurus, I'm pretty grounded. You can't rile me up. And it'd be really hard for you to knock me off my square and make me snap. But I feel every bit of it. I feel every bit of what they're trying to do. Ooh, he mad. You belong to him. You belong to him, and now you trying to escape. He is mad. You are his. You are his possession. And nobody there better not touch you while y'all broke up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, all right, I'm about to go in here and eat me some dinner. Stay connected, okay? I do a meditation circle on Sundays, so if you want to come there, it's kind of a lot like this, at least towards the end. But we meditate and then we talk, all right? And so yeah, I'd love for you to come there. Inbox me and I'll send you the link. Okay, please, I would love to see you there. All right, you have a good night. All right, and Spirit will continue to speak to you. Give you what, because I can be on here all day just sharing what Spirit want to say. But Spirit is saying once this live ends, they will still continue to speak to you. Okay, so you're about to get a lot of downloads tonight. All right, and it's going to feel really good. It's going to feel like a shower. And this is what we call deliverance, because I've been delivered. I needed this. Thank you, friend. I appreciate your presence and your love. Have a good night.